I would like to call this meeting to order. This is a public meeting as required by Section 4 and Section 78 of the Drainage Act to afford affected landowners an opportunity to make representation with respect to the engineer's report regarding the Paddon Drain. Does any member of council have a disclosure of interest concerning this proposal? Being none. The purpose of this meeting is to discuss the technical aspects of the engineer's report for the Paddon Drain. Concerns regarding individual assessments will not be dealt with until after the final report has been considered, adopted, and a provisional bylaw passed. A meeting for the quarter revision regarding assessments will be scheduled at a later date, and notice will be mailed to the owner of every property that has been assessed into the subject drain. I'm going to now call on Jeff Brooks, our Director of Infrastructure and Community Services, to review the process to date.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. As you mentioned previously, this drain report was requested under Sections 4 and 78 of the Ontario Drainage Act. The municipality appointed Brandon Widner of Spreet Associates to prepare the report. Mr. Widner filed the report on October 25th, 2021, and notices were sent to affected landowners and utilities notifying of today's meeting. So that really takes us to where we're at here today.
Thank you. And now I'm going to call on Brandon Widner of Spreet Associates Engineering, who will summarize the report for us.
Good evening, everybody. Tonight we have the Paddon Drain. So the Paddon Drain is located just south of Edgware Line. It's located in the area of Yarmouth Center, in between Yarmouth Center and Highway 74. We were originally appointed by the municipality under a Section 76 request for a new assessment schedule on this project. The owner, who is Jeff and Vicki Davis, they were requesting to replace a portion of the drain under maintenance at the time, and because the report was so old, the municipality had suggested that the report be updated so they could do so. So upon further investigation, the original drain, which we are replacing under this report, was submitted by James Bell, which is one of the more famous St. Thomas engineers, and it was a report dated from 1916. We had a site meeting out at Jeff's farm in September, or I guess in June, I should say, originally, to discuss this. And during those discussions, it led to, instead of maybe replacing the drain under maintenance, because it is approximately 100 years old, we suggested, and through the owners, we're going to replace it. That's what led to the Section 78 request. And that's what you see here today. We then once had that meeting to discuss 78 requests. The neighbor to the north, Mr. Raguguram, he had requested that the drain be extended across the road. So the original drain did not extend north across Edgware Line, and it ended on the south edge of Edgware Line. There was work done in this watershed not too long ago. It was done, I believe, in 2012 by Jeff Dixon of Burnside. And that's where they replaced much of this drainage schematic, but it was all west. So what we're proposing here, and that was called a branch of the Paddon Drain. That was done August of 2012. So like I said, we had a meeting in June 28th originally. We then had another informal meeting September 9th. That was to discuss when we received the 78 request. We now have a proposal here, which is approximately 500 meters. It's a 36-inch diameter concrete pipe. And this does include a road crossing, as you'll see a special assessment to the municipality. The total project is approximately $154,000, and that's the estimated cost. It does extend from the open ditch, which is a Paddon Drain under another report, then heads northeasterly up through the Davis farm, up and around the barns. There's an existing grass swale there. The original drain is in that swale. The new drain will be located east of that in higher ground. Like I said, the total project was $154,000. It is assessed to a number of additional properties, which also include additional Davis's properties, as well as a lot of the Gredig family properties and the Penhale properties. That being said, the assessments are laid out on page 9, and the estimate was laid out on page 8, as well as there's a new maintenance schedule for this portion of the drain. But I'd be happy to answer any questions if there is any.
Thank you, Brandon. Did you have any correspondence concerning this?
Madam Mayor, no correspondence has been received.
Thank you. Do any members of council have any questions? Seeing none. If anyone who has signed the petition wishes to withdraw their name from it, they may do so now by putting their withdrawal in writing, signing it, and filing it with the Deputy Clerk, Diane Wilson. Her email is dwilson@centralalgon.org. Anyone who has not signed the petition and wishes to do so may add their name to the petition at this time by contacting Diane Wilson, dwilson@centralalgon.org. Before I open the floor to questions from the affected landowners, please be advised that if any affected landowner wishes to receive further information on the actions of council regarding the Paddon Drain, please email Diane Wilson, same address, dwilson@centralalgon.org, or contact her by phone at the municipal office, 519-631-4860, extension 286. We'll now open the meeting to questions from the public. If you are listening on your computer, tablet, or smartphone, please click the raise hand icon. And if you've called into the meeting using a telephone, please dial *9. The questions will be answered in a sequential order. When given the opportunity to speak, please provide your name and address for the record. Mr. Barron, is there anyone even online?
There's no raised hands though.
No raised hands. Councillor Kravitz.
Ask a question. Just a curiosity, for this Paddon Drain that serviced the land south of Edgeworth line, could the person on the north side, the Gurham, could he have asked petition to have this drain brought to his side of the road? Or is the only reason this is crossing the road is because the Davies requested it and the other person asked to be added?
Go ahead, Brandon.
Well, I think you got it a little mixed up. So Jeff Davis originally initiated this under 78. Mr. Gurham is an absentee landowner, and we've dealt with him, let's say, other places in the township. And then in contacting him and through his, let's say, leaser, they discussed it, and he is the one that pushed the drain across the road, not Mr. Davis. So Mr. Davis, he doesn't have the ability to push it past his property. When you look at the Gurham property, he brought it into his property, and he would also have the option to extend it across his property to the north, but he didn't request that at this time. So the Gurham request essentially just brings the drain across the road. There's an existing private drain under the road there, but it's not municipal. So that's what Gurhams have requested.
And just a follow up to that. Yeah, the reason I'm asking is because if that request wasn't asked for, would anybody north of South Edgeworth be involved with this drain repair?
They were all involved already. They're all contributing. They're all contributing with outlet. So
sorry.
There's two ways the drain's assessed. It's assessed as benefit and outlet. As you can see on page 9, there's 3 properties assessed with benefit, being Jeff Davis's, Gurham's, as well as Edgeware Line. Now, originally, when we had the meeting in September, the drain ended on the south side of Edgeware Line. And it was designed for, let's say, in the future, if there was a request to bring it across, it would be, able to accommodate it. But originally, the only request we received was from Jeff and Vicky Davis. And if you're out in that area, it's a very defined grass waterway. It's full of blowouts. The drain is from 1916. It's a 18-inch tile, which is a large tile for that time frame.
Okay, yeah, thank you. The reason I was asking that question is I was curious with these other people being affected by the drain and having to contribute quite a substantial amount. Would that have happened or not with the road crossing? That's my question. Were they receiving benefit before?
It still happen.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, any further questions from either council or the public? No raised hands, Mr. Barron. If there are no further questions, please be advised that any person wishing further information on the actions of council regarding the Paddon Drain, please email Diane Wilson, dwilson@centralelgin.org, or contact her by phone at the municipal office, 519-631-4860, extension 286. This meeting is now adjourned. The provisional bylaw has been placed on council's agenda for consideration tonight.